Orangetheory Silver Spring. I'm Alex.
I'm Grace.
We're going to be showing you around the studio today and giving you all the information you need for your first intro class.
This right here is our client intake form. Has a few questions to help us get to know you a little bit better before your first class here at Orangetheory. On the back, it does also have our rules and policies that we're going to ask you to sign, as well as a liability waiver. All of these are going to be found in a DocuSign in your email address before you arrive for your first class. Orangetheory focuses on heart rate-based interval training. Here we have all 5 heart rate zones listed out for you, but we're going to focus on zones 3, 4, and 5. Your 3 fat-burning zones. You're going to hear your coach call for your base pace, which is that green zone right here. Your challenging yet doable pace, something you can maintain for about 12 to 15 minutes without getting super winded on those treadmills. This orange zone is going to be your uncomfortable pace, about 84 to 91% of your maximum heart rate. Your coach is going to be calling this your push pace in class. Now, the coach will be calling for something called your all-out effort, but they're going to be looking for something close to the end of this orange zone and maybe tapping into that red zone. If in class you tap into that red zone, check in with yourself. Are you in control of your breath, and are you in control of your body? If not, feel free to tap down. But if you're good to stay there. Now, you're gonna have a few goals throughout class. Your goal for this green zone is gonna be about 25 minutes throughout class. Throughout class, you also wanna try to hit about 12 or more minutes in those orange or red zones to get that afterburn that all of our members are striving for.
All right, here at Orangetheory, we use wearable technology. These are our heart rate monitors that allow you to track your results in real time. This is called the Burn, and this is what you'll be wearing during class with us.
Wearing that Burn heart rate monitor is going to allow you to pop up in our screens in the studio. Inside the studio, you're going to see your name at the very top. You're also going to see the percent of which you're using of your maximum heart rate, your total number of splat points. You earn 1 splat point for every minute you spend in that orange or red zone, the calories you've burnt thus far, and then your current maximum or your current heart rate. Every class here at Orangetheory is led and inspired by a certified coach. And here to walk you and introduce you to our equipment and our studio, this is one of our founding coaches, Coach Tiff.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Coach Tiff, and I cannot wait to take you through your first Orangetheory class, all right? So, a lot of stuff is going to be going on when class gets started, so come on in for a little sneak peek. We're first going to start at our treadmills, all right? So hop on up. I'm going to have you start on treadmill number 1. Now, notice I put you on treadmill number 1. That 1 is going to actually follow you throughout the entire studio. So treadmill number 1, rower number 1, and then floor station number 1 as well. But we'll get to that later, okay? So first things first, take a look, hop onto our treadmill belt, and I just want you to bounce a little bit, all right? So it is our Flex Deck, which is some amazing technology. It's actually great for any member or anyone taking Orangetheory that has any type of injuries or restrictions, or maybe have like bad knees or something like that. You know, anything like that is actually going to absorb that impact. So it kind of makes things a little bit less challenging as you're running on the treadmill, all right? It's amazing. All of our members love it. Next up, we're gonna start with the different paces, all right? And how we actually get this belt moving. Right here in the bottom left-hand corner is gonna be your start button. You just literally push that 1 time, and your belt is gonna automatically start moving. Now, if you need to stop for any reason, make sure you do not hop these guardrails, okay? That's very dangerous, and if you're not paying attention, you can actually fall, okay? So if you need to stop for any reason, just simply hit this pause button in the middle, or to stop, hit the stop button twice, and it's gonna completely stop your machine, okay? So I'm gonna be coaching you through several different efforts while you're in class: your base, your push, and your all out, all right? So base pace. Let's go ahead and take a look at this, and these are your parameters, okay? This will actually be at the top of your treadmill for the entire duration of class, so if you ever get confused or get lost, A, you can wave me over, or B, you can always look at your chart. So depending on what you're gonna be, if you're gonna be a power walker, all right, you're gonna start at your base pace, which is gonna be your lowest effort, 3.5 to 4.5 miles per hour. Your incline will be anywhere between a 1 to 3%. Typically for our power walkers, you're always gonna maintain your speed between these areas. Your intensity in your real workout is gonna come from the effort as we increase your inclines throughout class. And I'm gonna always coach you as to what incline you should be in every effort. Next up, if you are taking it into a push pace, which you'll hear me coach you to, You're gonna take it up 4% or greater, or again, whatever I coach you to during that effort. And then we have an all out. That's gonna be your greatest effort. You're gonna be 10% or greater above your base. So let's take that back just for a little bit. If you're starting on your base pace, you're at a 3.5, 10% or greater, you're literally just gonna hit 10 or greater, all right? So base is what you start out of, push pace will be somewhere in the middle, and then all out effort will be somewhere up here, okay? Now, as far as your speed's concerned, joggers or runners, this one is for you. Your base pace, you're always gonna be at a 1% incline, both as a jogger and as a runner. Your intensities are gonna come from your speeds. So as a jogger for your base, I'm gonna coach you into a 4.5 between 5.5 miles per hour. That's where you're gonna start at. And then every effort from there on out is just gonna get faster and faster. 1 to 2 above your base, 2 miles per hour above your base. Runners, the exact same. The only difference here, your base pace, or again, your bottom line, your slowest speed, 5.5 miles per hour or greater. And again, we're gonna be increasing those speeds depending on what effort I'm trying to coach you in at that time. And I know this may seem a little confusing, but I promise you, as you get into class, it'll start to make a little bit more sense, all right? Last thing I wanna show you is how you get into these efforts. Both of these panels are quick touch buttons. You literally just press a button one time to go ahead and get you into the desired incline or the desired speed, all right? These are gonna be your whole interval numbers. If you want something that's gonna be in between, just simply hit the arrow in the bottom right, bottom left-hand corner to get you to that desired speed and incline. I hit my stop button twice, it'll completely stop my machine, and now we're ready to transition to your next station. All right, so here's gonna be your last stop of this kind of demo because you're actually gonna be starting here on the rower, all right? So we're gonna come onto our rower. Now the first thing you're gonna do is grab a seat. This does move, and make sure your entire bottom does get on the seat, all right? You're gonna adjust your foot plates first. I normally recommend anywhere between 5 to 7 holes showing for women and 2 to 5 holes showing for men. So I'm gonna go ahead and get myself strapped in. Actually, this is perfect for me. What I'm looking for here is I want your foot strap to come across the widest portion of your feet. That's gonna give you the maximum ankle flexibility you need to get moving while you're on the rower, all right? Next up, you're gonna grab your handlebar at the widest grip, thumbs all the way down. Here is your starting position, okay? So whenever we get seated on the rower, this is how you should sit to start. When we get started, we're gonna hit that power button that lies in the upper left-hand corner of your keypad. You'll see all zeros illuminated. No need to set any resistance. You are the resistance, okay? So your rower is literally ready to go. We're gonna first start off by your order. You're always gonna drive back with your legs, lean back with your core, and then your handlebar comes right in between your belly button and sternum. Notice how my elbows are out nice and wide. You don't want them tucked in, all right? So elbows nice and wide. On the return, we start with our arms first, lean up with our core, and then our legs, all right? So all together, it is legs, core, arms, arms, core, legs. Just like so. If you notice, my drive back is a little bit stronger than my recovery coming forward, all right? You wanna drive back 1 beat for power, and then slowly come forward 2 beats for patience. That's your timing. Next, you wanna think about your efforts, your percentages here with your legs. As you're rowing, we use 60% of our efforts from our legs, 20% our core is engaged, and the final 20% comes from our arms. So literally, your entire body is working together to make this one of the best pieces of equipment we have in our studio. When you're done, you just simply re-rack those handlebars. You're gonna grab your clips, peel them together, and then just shimmy your feet right on out of those straps. As you're rowing, there's gonna be a few metrics that are gonna pop up here on your keypad. And that's gonna be a great indicator on how you're rowing and how I can coach you, all right? So first, we're gonna start up here, which is your stroke rate. This number is basically gonna tell you how fast you're rowing. It's almost like your speedometer, if you will. We always want this number to be anywhere between a 25 and 30. And again, that number will vary depending on which effort I'm coaching you in and what distance you're going into. Speaking of distance, that number is right here in the bottom right-hand corner. That's gonna tell you how far you've rowed in that particular effort. Right here is gonna be your time clock. This will keeping track of time, which is great when we're doing any type of timed row. And it also will tell you how long it took you to achieve a certain distance. Right here is going to be your wattage. Arguably your most important number here on your keypad. This is going to tell you your intensity. It's going to tell you how much power you're giving out. Ideally, during your row, you want this number to be nice and high, pretty intense, as this number, again, does not go above your 30. And again, this will make a little bit more sense once we get into class. Next up is the floor. So this is going to be your entire weight station. Again, just like you were on treadmill number 1, rower number 1, you'll also be on floor station number 1. So come on over. Everything that you need for today's class is going to be right here. We have weights 8 through 25, normally always on our odd stations, and then 8 through 20 on our even stations. If you would like to use anything heavier or lighter, if you just look all the way over there, we have more weights that you can definitely use. Also at your station, not only do we have dumbbells, but sometimes in class we use our TRX straps, our Bosu ball, and our ab dolly. There's also mats around our studio for your comfort as well, so feel free to grab one if you need it. The final thing I want to show you is our VVA screen. This is going to basically show you every move that's going to be happening in class today. These avatars actually move, but don't worry, I'm going to actually give you a demo before you have to do this, all right? Your reps are up there, the name of the movement is up there, and again, all of these people will be constantly moving throughout your floor block.
Orangetheory is a 1-hour full body group workout that makes it simple for you to get more life. We focus on heart rate based training guaranteed to produce results from the inside out. Our workout is backed by science, tracked by technology, and each workout is inspired and led by certified coaches. So what are you doing currently to get more life out of your workout? And we can't wait to see you soon.